Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks to my new subscribers, and for those who have joined the family, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Today I'll be talking to you about the cost of living in Canada. And I'm speaking from the perspective of a family of 4. So it's myself, my husband, and my 2 kids. Okay guys, while I'm talking to you, I saw these birds, geese, whatever they call them, and I just wanted to show you. Yes, I'm at the Springbank Park with my family, allowing the girls to ride and just run around and have fun. So I thought I'd just show you. It looks so lovely. They're going across. Okay. So, as I said, let's start with rent. There are different type of houses in Canada. You can rent a townhouse, you can rent an apartment, or you can even rent a condo or a single family home. So the rent varies. You can get a 2-bedroom apartment for like $1,500. The challenge with the apartment, well, for me, is that you have to share laundry facilities, and I don't like the idea of sharing laundry facilities. In some condos, you will get the laundry facility to yourself, so that's a good option too. You could get a condo for 1,500 to 1,800. That would be a 2-bedroom, and you can also rent a townhouse. I'm living in a townhouse, and the townhouse that I live in, we have 4 bedrooms, so you can get townhouse for like 1,800. So that's what I'm paying, 1,800, and I'm living in a 4-bedroom townhouse. So let's just say for rent, it's an approximate figure from 1,500 to 1,800, and I'm trying to show you the lovely background. So that's rent. Then for food, depending on your lifestyle, the prices may vary. You may see me looking down. I'm just looking at my notes that I have here. I like to cook, so I don't do a lot of spending on the road. So for food, I spend about $600 to $800 per month. And remember, I'm sharing about family of 4. So I buy food in the supermarket, and then I'll get fresh produce, or I go to the Caribbean store or the Chinese store, and I'll get meat like fish or mutton, chicken. Those I'll buy from the Caribbean store. So for food, 600 to 800. It all depends on your family. If you like to eat out, it may cost you more because it's not really cheap to eat out. Sometimes when we go out and we buy food, maybe spend like maybe $100 just to have a meal for a family of 4. So I prefer to cook. I enjoy my food, and then I don't find a lot of Jamaican restaurants here, and then the few that I find here, I am embarrassed to associate them with my culture because I really don't taste like Jamaican food. Okay, so we've said rent 1,500 to 1,800, food $600 to about $800. Then when you're renting a house, there are some landlords who will ask you to get a rental insurance, and that would cost about $25 to $40 a month for rental insurance. This is needed in the event that there's a fire or there's some flooding and the house is damaged. That's what the rent insurance is for. And some landlords, they will not rent you the property unless you're willing to pay for rental insurance. So that's $25 to $40 per month, depending on your insurance provider. Then you have car insurance. Well, we have a car, and the car insurance rate is dependent on whether you have a full G license or whether you have only a G2 or if you're a new driver in Canada. So the car insurance could be $240. That's roughly about what we pay. And then it's good if you can carry information regarding your driving history and your insurance history from your country, as this may help to reduce the cost of your insurance. I know if you're living in areas like Brampton, it is believed that the Brampton drivers may not be so careful at times. I'm not really sure of the reason, but it is believed that the car insurance is higher in those areas. Yes. And when you finally get your full G license, then you pay a smaller amount of car insurance. Mark you, this car insurance must be paid monthly. So $240, $200 to about $300, depending on where you are for the car insurance. Okay, so after car insurance, then we also have your hydro plus your water. Hydro refers to electricity, and then water, and then for a family of 4, the price, it varies. So we pay like from $100 to $120, and it all depends on whether you're home and the amount of water that you're using and the amount of electricity that you're using. In the winter, the bills might be a bit higher because you're trying to keep the heat on and so on. So yes, so for a family of 4, about $100 to $120 for hydro. So hydro, $120. Gas, if you have a vehicle, depending on the type of vehicle that you're driving, we spend from $80 to $100 per month, and it's all dependent on where we're traveling to. If we're traveling far for church or for work, so we spend $80 to $100. If you do not have a car, you might have to get a bus pass, and the bus pass would be maybe around the same amount. Then we also pay for internet. Now we have internet at home with Virgin, and we pay $35 per month for the Virgin modem, and we have unlimited service. Then my husband uses Virgin for his cell phone, and he pays $46 per month. I use Fido, and I pay $46 per month. And with that plan, I get 5 gigabytes of data, and I'm allowed some amount of free text messages in Canada and outside of Canada. So that works for me. So let's go again. So for the internet, for home internet, $35 with Virgin, and then for cell phone with Virgin for my husband, $46, and then my own cell phone with my data, $58 with Fido. Then you pay for gas as well to give you heat. So we pay like $80 to $100. So I think maximum we've paid is $150, and that's in the dead of winter when it's really cold and you have to keep the heater on. So that's most of the costs that we bear. We also have membership with the YMCA, and for a family of 4, we spend like $95, and they have access to swimming, dancing, karate. We have access to the gym, so it's really reasonable. So that's really the basic cost. So for the most part, when I added the rent, the food, the rent insurance, car insurance, hydro plus water, gas, internet, and gas for the car, I end up spending roughly $3,500 per month for our expenses for a family of 4. The kids go to school, but it's at no cost to us, so we don't have to account for that. Now, you may be wondering, can you survive on minimum wage and still cover your bills? I mean, sometimes when families or immigrants come to Canada, they have to start out with minimum wage jobs, but you can survive on minimum wage. If you're a family of 2, let's say you're working about 8 hours per week, then you would still be able to cover your bills and be able to save a little. Now, the minimum wage in Ontario is like $14, and some companies may give you a little more than the minimum wage, even though you're doing just a survival job. So let's say you're working the minimum wage, so for each week you would make $525. For the month you would make $2,100 on minimum wage at 8 hours, and after tax you would get maybe about $2,066, or roughly $2,000. So if both persons are working minimum wage for just 8 hours, you can make about $4,000, roughly $4,000. And in addition to your minimum wage, employers are supposed to pay you 4% of your earnings as vacation pay. You're entitled to vacation pay once you work, so you'd get 4%. So let's say roughly $4,000 to $4,100 for 2 persons who are working just the bare minimum. So with my expenses that I just outlined to you, it's about $3,500, and $4,000 would have been able to cover my expenses, and I would still have about $500. That is if I'm working a minimum wage job. Bearing in mind that when you come as a family as well, the government also gives you the child tax benefit. So each month you get a portion of money from the government for each of your child or for both your children. And so in addition to the $4,000, you would also have the tax benefit. Well, the tax benefit is calculated depending on your salary, right? But as a new immigrant, it's going to be calculated based on your previous salary, right? So each child could get maybe $500 depending on your previous salary, as I said before. So you could say $4,000 plus $1,000, that would give you $5,000. So you'd still be able to cover your bills. So if you're paying less rent than the $1,800, let's say you're paying $1,500, you would still be able to save maybe $1,500 per month. So you can survive on minimum wage. And I mean, nobody wants to continue doing a minimum wage job, because everybody comes here to make the best of themselves. But if you're thinking about coming to Canada, I would say come, because the opportunities are endless. In time, I'll do the pros and cons of living in Canada, but as you can see, even on bare minimum, you can survive. some people within their own country, they can't survive on bare minimum, just minimum wage. So it's good that you're able to survive on minimum wage. Even just as a start, you can cover your bills. So that's my take on the cost of living in Canada. I mean, if you're single, you could probably get a one bedroom for $600 or 700 or 800, or if you're sharing, you might even get one for $450. So, and then your food would be less because maybe you'd spend $150 to $250 on food, and maybe $100 to $120 on the bus. So you would still be able to survive if you're working as a single person. Remember to like, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so whenever I post, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.